Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Sounds Like Sam. I'm your host Sam. Thanks for tuning in. Today I wanted to go over the first NFL game of the season, give you a little recap of it. It was the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. It was in Philly. Honestly, it was a good game. I enjoyed the first half immensely. A little bit wild to start it with Jalen Carter being ejected from the game before it even started because he spit on Dak Prescott. So that was wild. Super selfish move on his part. He could face he could be owing the NFL some money for that. He could get suspended because they were saying that they want you to respect players in the NFL, and spitting on other players is not something that you do. So super selfish move on his part. That was crazy. You could see that him not being there for the Eagles definitely affected the way their defense played, because he is probably the best defensive tackle in the NFL. But then on the other side of Dallas's defense, they had just traded away Micah Parsons, one of the best defensive players in the NFL, just in the past week. So for them to do that and then trade him to the Green Bay Packers, that was a pretty big hindrance on Dallas's defense as well. Another, I think, major storyline in this game was Eagles did not really throw the ball that much, and if they did, it was either to Goddard or a running back, and that was basically it. Devonta Smith didn't get anything. A.J. Brown essentially got nothing. He might as well just have had 0 points, which I'm pretty sure if you didn't have like the 10-yard rule to get a point, then I don't think he did get you a point if you were in like a standard league. So that was crazy. Ended up being a tight game though in the first half. Eagles did end up winning the game 24-20. It was really surprising on Dallas's offense because I feel like they had so many question marks with, how was Dak going to be healthy again? How was he do? How would the new running back Javonte Williams do? How would George Pickens do? There were a lot of question marks on the team, and we got a lot of answers, I feel like. For the most part, the Dallas Cowboys offense looked honestly stunning. It was, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, I would be excited for their offense this season. I think they're going to do pretty well. Javonte Williams had 2 touchdowns on the night. CeeDee Lamb had like 150 yards. I believe. No, 110 yards. That's not correct. I thought, for some reason, I thought he had 150. Felt like he was on pace for that, though. He did have I don't know if it was a career high, but he had 4 drops in the game, and 2 of them were pretty crucial. That could have turned the game around for them. So that was a pretty big deal, but Dallas gave him a game. And in my true opinion, the only reason why they didn't really win was because of that rain delay for the Lightning. They took an hour to let the storm go by. By the time they got back, and there was like 3 minutes left in the third quarter, both teams just didn't really do anything. Just felt like they lost all their mojo, and Philadelphia just kept it going enough to get out of there with a W. So, in all, great. I thought it was a great matchup, especially in the first half. Excited to see how these two teams will do. I felt like Jalen Hurts played really well as a game manager, but as a quarterback, he didn't really do that much, and it was a bit of a shame that he didn't get his receivers more involved. I would have liked to have seen them target A.J. Brown more, just because he's so good. And then Devonta Smith, I feel like he ended the season really well, and they didn't really throw to him that much either. I feel like that had to be a game plan, though, and it's obviously they have such a great offensive line, Saquon at running back, Jalen Hurts as a running quarterback, who last year had 14 rushing touchdowns. Obviously, he's going to run the ball, and he did a really good job of that. He scored 2 rushing touchdowns and had a decent amount of rushing yards for them, going 62 rushing yards, which is pretty crazy. He's basically a running back at quarterback. I don't think there's a better explanation. And it just sucks because the wide receivers didn't get involved. But from a quarterback perspective in fantasy, he did a solid job. That's why he was a top 5 quarterback pick in the draft, and why I really liked him this year. Just, disappointing on the wide receiver ends that he couldn't get them more involved. But, it is what it is. I think wide receiver-wise, they'll come back. But, overall, great game. Really enjoyed it. think good things are ahead for both teams. That's all I had for this recap. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out. Sounds like Sam Todd. So yeah, thank you. Peace.